one because this is very important. Okay, so you have to first understand the basics. Okay, so an internet is a collection of different nodes. Okay, each node can be anything that is given here. Okay, so each node can be a switch, it can be a router, it can be a web server, or it can be anything. Okay, whatever it be, if you are communicating between two different nodes, you need certain things called protocol. Okay, a protocol is set of rules on top of the internet like TCP/IP and OSI layer. This we will study in the remainder of the first unit. Okay. Apart from this protocol, if you want to really transfer two different data from one point to one point, just like in your telephone, like you can see here WhatsApp and all you have, right? So suppose I have to transfer data from Sujamo to me. So that means what we need an application which will use one of the web services. Okay. So web service there are plenty there, www, telnet, email. So the one that we are interested is www, which is World Wide Web. So the important components in that is what? Web server. You have web server is the one where you will host your web pages or websites. Okay. A collection of different web pages is called websites. Okay. And this can be viewed in a browser. Okay. So you have web pages, which is the fundamental unit of design. A collection of different web pages. Okay. I'll put WP. A collection of different web pages arranged in a tree format. Okay. So all this will constitute something called as a website. Okay. So when you are, if you are in this particular node, you are viewing one website, means the website will be stored in the host, which is called the web server. It will be viewed by the client using a browser. Okay. So if you want to see a website is nothing but a collection of different web pages arranged in a tree format, which will be residing in a web server. Okay. So you access this particular website from the browser using the URL, which is nothing but the Uniform Resource Locator. There will be your ISP provider will be giving you a DNS, that is a domain name service, which will convert this URL to an IP address which the that is the web server can understand, or you can understand better. Okay. So if I am accessing this one, that means what I'll use a browser. Okay, and then I will send the request which will go to your local ISP. So for example, this is your local ISP, means it will have, this is the local ISP, means it will have a DNS table. A DNS table is nothing but a table. This side it will be IP address, and this side it will be, this side it will be URL and the corresponding IP. Using the IP, it will trace to that particular location. So this is a particular host, means it will take the website, or it will go to the particular website or web host, and then it will fetch the particular page, and then it will give it to you. Okay. So from the second unit onwards, what we are going to see is how to design a web site. One second. So we are going to see how to design a website. So you have HTML. Okay. HTML is the structure. CSS is to add design, and JavaScript is to add behavior. XML nowadays is mainly used for storage. Okay, so that is independent of this one. So these are the three main things that you are going to study from the second unit onwards. Okay, so for now I am going to skip this one, and I am going to directly go to the second unit. Okay, all of you have understood this or not? Open your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Everyone is clear about this? All of you can unmute your mic and talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Two voices again. Yeah, I am asking. What about the others? Ranok Jamir. Who is that fellow? Who is Mr. Ranok Jamir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You understood this one?
Web series.
The one that
Yes.
up till now, did you understand?
Yes.
Hmm? You
Yes,
understood or
sir.
not?
Yes.
Understood.
About
Hmm? Hmm.
pardon?
What you understood?
About the web series.
Hmm?
About the web series, right?
About the web series. So you're sitting and sleeping there. You didn't listen to anything. Runsio, where's that fellow? So Ranak Jano is sleeping here. Okay. Runsio. Runsio is present or absent? Where is Runsio? Runsio is absent. Runsio, if you don't answer, I'm going to put you absent here. Runsio is not here. Okay. Zujama Lota. Where is Zujama? Zujama Lota. Where is Zujama Lota? Gave attendance and then gone away. All these fellows are getting escaping. Zujama Lota absent. Ninato. Where is Ninato?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Ninato is present or absent?
Yes, yes, present.
Yeah, tell me what I told you now.
HTML, about HTML.
Speak near the mic, man.
About HTML, no?
Hmm?
About HTML in Java.
Hmm. Just explain what I told you now.
You're talking about Java and
Hmm?
you're talking about Java and HTML.
I'm talking about data. What did I talk about, man? I didn't talk about data at all.
Java.
Java. Yeah, I'm taking HTML, man. Java is father's subject. So you are also sitting and sleeping there. Okay. Velatos.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me what I am telling now.
Sir, I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. So you're sitting and sleeping here. You also. Anybody who can tell what I taught you now? Where is the Subika?
About network,
Yeah, Vipathy, tell me.
network and HTML,
Network and?
network and HTML,
Okay. At
HTML.
least one person is listening here. Good. So,
Say protocols website.
yes. So we are focusing on internet. Okay. So your first unit is generic and the remainder of the first unit is about network. Okay. So that I'm not going to see today. We are going to see about web services and in particular www, which is the foundation of your websites. Okay. And we are going to focus on how we are going to design website. So today I am going to start teaching you HTML from the second unit onwards. Okay. The first unit we will continue a little bit later. Okay. Okay. So all of you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start with the second unit. So introduction to HTML. this one. Okay, so this is actually the second unit, and if you can see in your syllabus, so first unit is Web Essential, Introduction to Internet, which I was telling about. The basic web concepts we have seen. Okay, we have stopped with this, and network concepts, everything we'll see a little bit later, because that is not important for you. What is important is HTML, that you can see in the second unit, and we will study CSS and go on like that parallelly. Okay, so this network concept I'll teach you a little bit later. Okay, so HTML, okay, is otherwise called as hypertext markup language. So someone read this particular web page. Who are the people who are sleeping here? Wilson is here. Who is Wilson? Wilson is present or absent? Wilson, you're always switching on the camera and then going off. It's not here. Siranjit Das?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Read this particular slides, whatever is given here. You able to see?
HTML, otherwise known as hypertext markup language, is the language used to create web pages. Using HTML, you can create a web page with text, graphics, sounds, and video.
Okay. So we are going to see what is HTML. Okay. So HTML is known as hypertext markup language. That is the full form of this one. Okay. So already in the first unit you have seen something called HTTP, right? It was given hypertext transfer protocol. So while teaching the URL you might have seen it, but I didn't explain to you that one. I just told you that that is a protocol. So if I type St. Joseph uni.edu.in, you can see HTTP comes in front. Okay. So this is hypertext transfer protocol, secured. Some pages don't have yes, so it will be just HTTP. That is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, so this is hypertext transfer protocol, secured. And what you see in this one, that is between this this line which you can see, the white area which you can see over here. Okay, so this is called as your HTML page. This entire one which you see on top is the browser. So the browser, this is the client area where the particular page is displayed, and whatever you see here is the HTML page. So if I suppose click home here, you can see index.html. So that is the page that is being displayed here. So index.html, you can see HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language, the one on which this is written. Okay, right. So HTML, otherwise known as hypertext markup language, is the language used to create web pages. Okay, and as I told you in the first class, and HTML is nothing but a document where you can create multiple contents. Okay, so you can have text, you can have images, you can have sounds, you can have video, all on the same page you can have. Okay, so you can see there are some images, there are some text over here, and you have some icons over here. There's a video below here. Okay, so you can have all four multimedia elements like text, graphics, sound, video. So four mediums you have, hence it's called multimedia. All these you can view, you can create using HTML. Okay, so how do you do this one? So before going to HTML, you must understand what is a script. So before knowing what is a script, does anyone know what is a program? Anybody? Can you tell me the definition of a program? Anybody, can you tell me the definition of a program? No is here. Marnasang.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the definition of program? Tell me. Last semester, right? Can you tell me the definition of a program? Subikatum,
Yes, sir.
tell me the definition of a program.
A program is a coded software instructions to control the operation of a computer or any other machine.
So a program so basically in computer you have two things. One is called program. Okay, a program is nothing but, as she said, is a set of instructions. Okay, another thing you have is called a script, or you call it as commands. Okay, so a command, so your best example for command I can tell you is, just one second. So you have your command window, right? Yes. So here, for example, if I want to view all the files over here, so I don't type a program. Instead, what I do, I just give a command. Okay. So a script file, on the contrary, okay, so a script, a program is what? A set of instructions. So you have 1, 2, 3 all instructions and you put it together and this will become a program. A script means you will put different set of commands together and that will be given as one thing. So in a program, if you take one instruction, there will be an input for this instruction, there will be an output for that instruction, the output of which will be the input for the next instruction and next like that. But in a command, one command is one input, one output. It doesn't affect the output of the next one. Okay. So if suppose this command is wrong and this one is correct, it will execute this one, it will just show the error for this one, it will go to the next one, like that it will go. Okay. So this is how command work and this is how programs work. Program are compiled. Okay. But these are not compiled. There is no compilation process in a command. I just give command, you do it. Okay. So instructions have to be processed. Commands need not be processed. Command is just giving for instruction what you can tell in normal languages. For example, I am telling you to do a job and telling how to do it. Command means I'll just tell go and do it, that's all. Okay. So for example, I am telling a student to go and get the duster from the office. That is command. If I am telling you get up, turn left, okay, walk 10 paces, then turn right, walk another 10 paces, go to the receptionist, then ask for a duster, these are instructions. So you have to execute that correctly, right? So if I am telling you to turn left and you turn right, then what will happen? You will never reach your destination. So that is what program, that means what? You are giving a set of instruction. It has to be compiled and it has to work as one single unit. But command on the other side is just set of commands only. Okay, you give it all the commands together as one particular file. You call that as a script file, or you call it as in Windows you call it as the batch file or .bat file. Okay, so in Unix you call it as the shell script or sh file. Okay, so script is nothing but just a set of commands. So there are two ways of programming in computer science. One is programming. So your C, C++, okay, Java, all these are programming languages. Okay, the one that I am teaching like HTML or shell scripts, all these the next semester you will study PHP, all these are scripting languages. Okay, scripting language means what? Each line is not an instruction but a command. It will do its work on its own. It doesn't need the support of the command preceding it or the one that is after it. You don't need the support of these two commands. But in program, for example, if you are adding two numbers c equal to a plus b means you should have got the input of a and input of b, then only it will work. Here this is not the case. So you have this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. So that is about program and scripts. So that is the difference between your scripts and your batch files. Okay. So there are a couple of versions of HTML, starting with HTML 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 3.24. Then you have XHTML, which is called Extendable Hypertext Markup Language, which is also outdated. Hence we are going with HTML5. So in the syllabus you can see there's XHTML, but I'm not going to teach you XHTML as it is an outdated one. Okay, the current one is HTML5. Okay, so the reason why we are using HTML5 is nowadays, previously when you used HTML 1.0, you had only CRT monitors, which was aspect ratio 4:3. So wherever you go, you get a CRT monitor, it will be 4:3. There is no change in that. So it was standard coding. Then slowly different features started happening, and after 2008 probably you had monitors with different sizes with the invent of flat panel displays. So there was some things that were going on, and now presently you can see the web pages on mobile, you can see it on a website. So for example, if you take our university website, this is the desktop view. But if I change it to mobile view, you can see that it changes. Right now you can see all the information has been redesigned or reallocated. So the vision machine, everything is now changed. Okay. So this type of change, that is from your mobile to your laptop, that is called responsive design, and HTML5 has that potential. Okay, and together with forms and some new tags, everything, now the present working version is HTML, which is adaptive, or it's called responsive design. You can create one web page. Before HTML5, for mobile we have one web page like m.160by2.com, and for normal web page you will have 160.com, like the two versions of the website you are having. So HTML5 helps you to have only one web page which you can use for both. Okay. So the most important thing here I was telling you, what is a script is what? Different commands. Here the commands are given as tags. Okay. So what is actually a tag? Okay. So I will show you. So what is actually a tag? Okay. So by now you know what is a script. Okay. So if you play a drama in English or something, you'll be having a script. Okay. A script means what? It will just tell you what should come after each and everything. Okay. So that is what is called as a script. Now you have another term called as tag. So where do you normally use tag? Tags are used to mark something. Correct? Your tags are normally used to mark something. Like for example, you have some baggage over here. In order to know that this is yours, you put a tag on top of that. Okay? The airlines, when you go to the flight, they will put a tag over here stating that this is your baggage. So similarly, you have your browser. Okay? So this is the header on this title bar, menu bar will be here. This is the clientele area where you'll be using to code or do whatever you want. So, for example, you take our university website. So you have here St. Joseph University. Okay, you have a text here. So what you will do is, in the script language, you will put a tag over here, like for example H1. In the code you will write, or you will tag this one. So according to the tag, this particular element should be placed here. Okay, then you are putting some other text in a paragraph. So you put another tag like P. Okay, and likewise you mark each and every place wherever in the screen, whatever you want, you just put the tags wherever you want. Hence it is called as hypertext markup language. You all know what is hypertext, a text within a text. So you can click here and go to another text. So that is called hypertext markup. Okay, so you are marking where each and every thing will come using a particular tag. Okay, so you are marking where this particular heading will come, where this paragraph will come, using this one, and it is a language. So L, so hypertext markup language, and it uses tags for marking or keeping where the element should be. Okay, so when I teach you the structure of HTML, you will understand this a little better. Okay, so hypertext markup language. Hypertext means what? A text which has link to it and can take you to other web pages. You have markup. Markup means what? You are marking where each content should come using tag. The tag is nothing but the command that you are going to give. Okay, so this particular tag should be coming here. This is a command. So a script is nothing but a set of commands. So HTML is nothing but a set of tags which are nothing but the command to place or mark certain items in the client area of the web page, to place your items in a web page. Okay.
So repeat it again once.
Yeah.
Repeat it again once. This one. The last part that you have said.
I will tell you 1 second. Wait 1 second. I'll get one paper. I don't have a blackboard. That's a big headache. Anyway. So you have your web page. Okay, Upate? And the top, this is the entire browser. So you have the menu bar, okay, and the title bar. Here is where you type www.stjosephuni.edu.in. Here is the client page. Okay, so for example, St. Joseph University is coming over here, means it is being displayed here using a tag, like for example H1. Okay, so this is the actual tag. So HTML is what? Hypertext. Hypertext means what? It is a text with a link. Okay, so all links will be there, no? So that is called hypertext markup. You are marking in this place, like in a wall. You are marking. Your today one interior design is telling put the curtain here, or put this design over here. Like that, you are marking where each and every element comes. So there is a paragraph here. You mark it with different tags. Okay, so a tag, which I will tell you detailedly now. Okay, so using tags are nothing but commands. Okay, a set of tags given will create a script language. So this name of this language is HTML, that is hypertext markup language. What you are basically doing is you are marking where each and every text or different the text or other elements like audio, video or text or whatever it be, whatever multimedia element it is, it will have a corresponding tag. Okay, and you know the structure. This is a web page. Where you have to place it, you use the commands to place it then and there. Okay, so next when I am teaching you the structure of HTML, you will understand how to place these different tags into various other places. Understood, all of you? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hypertext, yeah. Hypertext markup language. You are using tags to mark where each and every element will come inside the structure of the HTML. Okay. So unlike program language, this is a script. So if you give one tag wrongly, it will just tell an error and go to the next tag. So that is the behavior of command or script language. So that you have to understand. So coming back. There's only 5 minutes left. Huh? So the essence of HTML programming is tags. A tag is a keyword enclosed by angular brackets with less than and greater than symbol. So there is always a pair of opening tag. Like there is an opening tag and closing tag. So B and closing B. Okay, so this is the tag. You have an opening tag and you have a closing tag. Okay, so some tags won't have the closing tag, like BR and all, they won't have closing tag. Some will have. Okay, so the ending tag is always the same as the opening tag, only thing it has a / added inside. So it will be looking like this. So this particular tag is used to bold a particular content in a web page. So whatever web page you're seeing here, okay, so if you go here, right click, and if you type view page source, you can see all tags are given here. Okay, there's an opening tag over here, there are some attributes for this particular tag, and then there is the ending tag over here. So these for example, I told you the paragraph, no? So paragraph, this is about CSS, don't worry about this for now. This is the opening tag, and where is the closing tag? / division, I think they forgot to close this one. Okay, here H6, and the closing tag is over here. I think this somewhere else they might have closed it. This, it's not visible here. Okay, so like this you can see H6, and this is P, and you can see here the ending tag. So like this you can see our web page or university web page. It has all the different contents like text, it has video over here, some icons, images over here, some pictures over here, and this is the source. Although it looks so confusing, I'll show you another page which will be much easier, like this one. Yeah. So this is a very simple page. What the hell happened? Yeah. You can see there's literally nothing in this page, only but an image. Okay, so you can see here image, the source is this one, and alignment is center. So this is the img tag which is which displays this one. So if you go if you open this is the only image that is available over there. Okay, so this is the link where the image has been stored, and this is the tag to display that particular image. Okay, all others are little bit different. I'll tell you a little bit later. So this is what is about tags, and this is about the opening and closing tag. Then you have nested tags, which you all know. That means what, tag within a particular tag. Okay, so now since you have known about tags, you have to now know about the structure of a web page. This is the next important thing. Now if you take a web page, it is displayed in a browser. Okay, so if you can look here closely, there are two important parts in a web page. So the opening web page is given HTML. Okay, you can see here this is given as what, HTML. This is the opening and closing. So whatever comes under this web page from this place that is on the top, you can see, right, where I am keeping my mouse now, from here till on top of the status bar or whatever you see over here, everything is compassed in this one. In this you have two categories. One is called as the head, and another one is called as the body tag or body section. So in the head section, as you can see here, whatever that comes outside this one, so this white region which you see here is called as the client region. Okay, anything that is displaying, you can see here it's not going out. Okay, whatever is displayed outside here is actually what, the header section. So you can see here on the top, St. Joseph University. So this is the title, and that is displayed by the title tag. Okay, and whatever you see between this white region which you see here, this is called the client area, and all the tags that should be displayed here are displayed in this body section. Okay, so this is actually the structure of the web page. It contains only two parts. One is the head section and another is the body section. So whatever comes outside this one, like if you are calling a CSS file, you are linking other script files, everything will come in the header section only. Okay, in the body section, what will come is, what will come? You saw the definition of this one, no? You create a web page with text, graphics, sound and video. All multimedia contents alone will come here. Or develop definitions, calling script files, title, headers, meta scripts, everything will come in the header only. What will come in the body is only these four. What are they? Text, images, sound and video. Okay. So now you are going to keep all the information here using tags. Okay. That means what you are going to do? HTML is going to display either text, sound, graphics, sound or video. That means what? You are going to have a corresponding tag for each and everything. Correct? Right or wrong? Everyone?
Right.
You are going to have a corresponding tag. Okay. So that's where this one comes. Okay. So if you take the body tag, inside what you'll have? You will have either text, you will have either image, or you will have audio, or you will have video. You can have hyperlinks, forms. Text will be displayed either as a paragraph, either as a table, or it will be displayed as a list. Okay, you are studying Microsoft Word. If you are having a document, you will be either putting some images like that. Like for example, you take a magazine. Only video won't be there, audio won't be there, but the rest will be there. Okay. But in online, if you take a document, you can include audio, video, hyperlink and forms in that. Okay. So form is used to collect data. Like you go and you want to register in St. Joseph University. That means you have a form. Okay. Using the form, you fill in your details, everything and give it. Okay. So for submitting, you have form. Hyperlink, you know, that's a unique property of HTML. Hyperlink, hypertext, hyperlink, you all know that. Apart from that, what? Audio, video, image. Okay. And text will be either in paragraph format or it will be in table or in be list. Whatever be paragraph, table and list, you will be having some formatting. Okay. So for example, if you take Microsoft Word and I type some normal text there. Okay, so I will be keeping it either in a table, in a list, or I will be keeping it in a paragraph. So for example, I am keeping this one, means what I can do here, I will be doing something called formatting. So I might bold this particular text, or I may put italics, I may add some color. Okay, I may change the font to, for example, type. I can even change the size of the thing. I can even align this one. Okay, all these things I can do. That is where all these things come. Understand? So I'll just conclude because I'm running out of time. HTML is what? Hypertext markup language. Using HTML, what you can do? You can create a web page which contains normally what? Text, graphics, sound and video. This is HTML is a scripting language. Okay. And the HTML contains a set of tags. A tag is used to mark a region in the particular web page as to where to place a particular text, video, graphic or something. So for example, the video is here means it has been marked by a tag in this particular code or script. Okay. So you have tags. Now when you are having tag means what? You're going to have tags for the content that you're going to place. Okay. So according to the structure of a web page, you're going to have all this that comes inside this one. Okay, this is called the client region or the body tag. This is where you will be placing your audio, video, text and all those things. Okay. On top is the header section where you have your definitions, your title tag and all the things that are used to define this particular web page will be placed on top of that. Okay. And your tags will be in this particular category. Okay. That is text, image, audio, video, hyperlink and forms. Okay, so text will be either in paragraph, table or list, and you will be using some formatting tags to format these things. Okay, so whatever I have taught today, I know I have gone a little bit fast because I don't have time because it's a very big topic and you have to understand this clearly. Okay, so those who have slept and physically vanished off the class, you can of course see the recording and study it. Otherwise, you won't understand anything beyond this one. Okay, it's an iterative paper. Only if you understand each concept one by one only, you will understand why it is there. Otherwise, you won't understand thing. And this is the fundamental for next semester PHP and Android for web development for the next semester. Okay, so that's why I'm spending some time with this one. So kindly you look into this and study properly. Okay.